The more you let the world into your life, the weaker your heart becomes. Every comment, every like, every opinion, it chips away at your focus. But our deen teaches the opposite. Real power grows in silence. Jihad al-nafs isn't loud, it's fought in the dark when no one's watching. There is a strength Allah gives only to the one who steps back from the noise, cuts the distractions, and works on himself with sincerity. And when you come back after that private battle, the change hits different. People notice it instantly, and you no longer need their approval because your standard has shifted to your Lord alone. In this video, I'll show you how to disappear with intention, how to transform yourself in the shadows, and how to return with a heart that's disciplined, dignified, and aligned with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Section 1. The trap most Muslims fall into. Let me ask you something real quick. How many times have you said, I'm going to change, while still scrolling the same apps, still in the same group chats, still hanging with the same people who pull you down? You know what that is? It's like trying to quit smoking while keeping a pack in your pocket. It doesn't work. Here's the trap. You want discipline, but you're swimming in dopamine. You want purity, but your environment is poisoning your heart every single day. You want focus, but your phone has more control over you than you have over it. And here's what nobody tells you. No real transformation happens in public. None. Think about it. When a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, where does it go? Into a cocoon. Hidden, protected, away from everything. You can't rebuild yourself while the same distractions still have access to you. You can't purify your heart while the same sins are still one click away. So what's the solution? Do we just delete everything and move to the mountains? No, but we need to understand what disappearing actually means. Section 2. Clarifying the concept. Let's clear this up right now, because people hear disappear and think I'm telling you to become a hermit. That's not what this is. Disappearing isn't about hiding from the world. It's about cutting the noise that's stealing your focus. It's about removing access from things that weaken you. It's about stepping away from environments that make sin easy and discipline hard. Think of it like this. If your phone was a person who constantly distracted you, made you waste time, and showed you things that hurt your iman, would you let that person live in your room? Would you give him 4 hours of your day? No, you'd cut them off, right? Studies show the average person checks their phone 96 times a day. That's once every 10 minutes of your waking hours. Your brain isn't even yours anymore. Disappearing means taking it back. It means cutting the apps that drain your barakah, cutting the circles that normalize laziness, cutting the habits that keep you weak, cutting everything that competes with your salah, your Quran, and your mission. Now you might be thinking, but isn't Islam about community? About being involved? Yes, and that's exactly what we need to talk about, the Islamic frame for this. Section 3. Quiet growth is a sunnah. The Prophet ﷺ practiced periods of solitude and reflection, which is documented in the sunnah, exemplifying how silence and isolation aid spiritual growth. Silence helps protect one's faith by avoiding unnecessary speech and foster mindfulness before acting or speaking. Private deeds build sincerity. Public deeds build ego. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't need your Instagram story about how you prayed Fajr. He needs your heart to be present when you're in sujood. Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu used to go into solitude to cry and reflect on his accountability to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He wasn't posting about it. He wasn't live streaming his tears. He was building himself in private. And when he came back, the ummah felt it. That's the secret most people miss. Real transformation starts from the heart, away from attention, away from validation, away from the need to be seen. When you work on yourself for Allah alone, that's when He blesses the work. That's when the change becomes real and lasting. So how do you actually do this? How do you disappear the right way? Let me give you the exact protocol. Section 4, the Disappear and Transform Protocol. Alright, here's the framework. 4 phases, follow them in order. Phase 1, go offline internally. This is your detox, 30 to 60 days minimum. You're cutting entertainment binges, Netflix, YouTube rabbit holes, gaming, toxic group chats, the ones where people waste time and normalize sin, unnecessary outing, every coffee meetup, every let's hang that leads nowhere. You're not cutting people out forever, you're just removing distractions so you can rebuild. Think of it like Ramadan, but for your life. Low input, high focus. Phase 2 is where the real work starts. Phase 2, strengthen core pillars. Now, fill this space with what actually matters. Salah on time, not rushed, not delayed, on time, every time with focus. Daily Quran, even if it's just 10 minutes, your relationship with Allah's word must be daily, not occasional. Simple morning routine. Wake up for Fajr, don't go back to sleep. Use those early hours when your mind is clear and shaitan is still asleep. Physical training. Your body affects your discipline. Move, train, sweat and get strong. Science backs this up. Physical discipline builds mental discipline. When you control your body, you train your brain to control impulses. But here's where most people stop. They pray, they read Quran, they feel better, then they fall back into the same old life. That's why phase 3 is critical. Phase 3, build the new identity. This is where you lock the new version of yourself. Tight schedule. Every hour has a purpose. No, I'll figure it out later. You need structure. And if you haven't grabbed my free barakah planner yet, the link is below. It'll help you map out this properly. One mission for dunya. Pick one thing you're building. Your skill, your business, your education. Pour focused energy into it. Daily accountability. Write down your wins and losses every night. Where did you slip? Where did you win? This keeps you honest. Discipline over moods. You don't wait to feel like it. You do it because it's part of who you are now. And after 30 to 60 days of this, something shifts. Phase 4, reappear with results. Here's the beautiful part. You don't announce your comeback. You don't post new me captions. You just show up. And people notice. They notice your discipline, your focus, your composure. They see your iman is different. Your confidence is different. Your presence is different. But you're not doing it for them anymore. You've been working for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's a standard that can't be shaken by people's opinions. That's the shift from external validation to internal strength, from people pleasing to Allah fearing. Section 5, the promise. So, what does all of this give you? Clarity. You'll know exactly what matters and what's just noise. Control over your time, your thoughts, and your actions. Barakah. You'll feel Allah's blessing in your work because it's done with sincerity. Reduce temptations. When you remove access, sin becomes harder and obedience becomes easier. Internal strength, the kind that doesn't crumble when life gets hard or people criticize you. And most importantly, a life you're actually proud to live, not one you're just surviving. If this resonates with you, drop a comment and let me know. We rise together. Support your brothers and sisters in the comments. That's how we build a real community. And if you want more content like this, hit subscribe because I drop strategies like this regularly. Remember this, you don't rise by being seen, you rise by being purified. The world rewards noise, but Allah rewards sincerity. And every time you choose the quiet path of discipline over the loud path of ego, you step closer to the person you were created to be. Disappearing isn't running away, it's returning to yourself. It's cleaning the heart from everything that once controlled you. And when you rebuild in silence, you come back with the strength that can't be faked. Keep fighting your inner battle. Keep choosing the harder path. Because the day you master the unseen parts of your life, the seen parts will take care of themselves. Assalamu alaikum.